It's not telling me I unlocked anything for team missions. Welcome back to Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 with Chapter 10, Submit or Die. Several hundred kilometers. Killing meters. North of the snowy crash site of the Daedalus, Greater Fiend Zidonius has awakened to threaten a once great military state. The malevolent ruler of flame issues an ultimatum handed down from the infernal priest Dagradai to the people of the world. Accept the yoke of the almighty Archfiend, or die. So he's handing out eggs? Not that kind of yoke, you idiot! Like an ox yoke. I didn't know oxen laid eggs. Oh, damn it! And so the earth's baptism by fire begins. The taunts of the greater fiend of flame fill Ryu's mind. I'm taunting you. Thanks a lot.
Impudent apes! How your hubris has grown in the few short millennia we have been away. Have you forgotten the era when only the mercy of the Archfiend kept your lowly species alive? You ungrateful monkeys. When High Infernal Priest Dagradai resurrects and restores the Archfiend to power, you will learn your true place on this earth. On behalf of his lordship Dagradai, I deliver you an ultimatum. Submit or die.
Ready to fire,
Sorry.
sir!
Can't read your text and the fire held in your hands.
Repent! You are in the presence of a greater fiend! I am Zidonius, ruler of flame!
Stomach laser!
Stare, bear, stare, bitch! And I guess I'm here. Oh.
I've gathered the materials for a technique. This will let you master a weapon. You can only use it once on a given weapon, though. So, from this point on, I can now upgrade weapons to level 3 at these shops, which I couldn't do before. Though in the original version, I could do that at any time, provided I had the essence to pay for it.
Right.
I shall upgrade the Tone Fuzz, since they're not coming back in the next game. And the original version, it would be a bunch of multi-missile launching mayhem motherfuckers past these barriers that would just rapid fire repeated missiles at your ass.
Oh, jeez. So does that mean that the level after this is the one that would have the worm?
The level after this is one of the added chapters.
Oh.
The level after that!
That is the one that...
Yeah. But they don't have... but in this version, they don't have all those repeating RPGers. Instead, they just have, like... Oh, there's a guy with the repeating RPG. But even... You just noticed how many he shot now?
Yeah, it didn't seem like that much.
Yeah. Imagine having two of them behind the barriers, behind those barriers, and then just rapid firing a shit ton nonstop at your ass, and you have to aim your bow at them slowly. You can't move. You can't do what I'm doing here.
Oh, gosh.
And you have to hope that you either get a headshot or a full charge shot to kill them in one go. And if they tag you with a missile, which are extremely accurate, then you get shoved out of aiming mode and have to go back into aiming mode.
Ugh. Take this! Like a damn Final Fantasy enemy. From later games, obviously.
Well, to be fair, enemies of this nature actually started appearing in, like, Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah.
Yeah, this version of the game greatly reduced projectile spam from enemies, and thank fucking God, because
before it was like it's like, jeez!
So, yeah, I recorded a little bit of the original version of the chapter after this for Mark, because it has a boss exclusive to the original version, not found in this version.
A little bit, he said. It didn't feel like a little bit.
Well, it was only 2 hours of me dying over and over and over again, most of which will be cut out.
Yeah. Nope, none of that. Look at that. You just walked right over to that missile launcher guy and killed him.
Oh yeah, of course.
As opposed to getting hit a bunch of times.
Or having to do this kind. Doing this helps to keep enemies from drawing a bead on you. These dog enemies in the original... these dog enemies have explosive shurikens. They would spam the crap out of them in the original.
Jeez.
Excuse me. Yeah, constant projectile spam is like, yeah, it makes the original version harder, but in a way that I'd say is not from good game design. It just constantly keeps throwing you off balance, and it's one thing, like, if you can sort of, spam the dodge jump and actually get to them effectively, then it's still not too bad because there is a way to counter it, but also in the original, back at that starting area, more of those repeating guys would appear behind you after you've already crossed an area.
Oh god.
They would pull... It would pull like the original Uncharted, where it's like, I just came from that area, how are 5 million people
hanging out over there now? Jeez.
And keep in mind, in the original, I wouldn't be able to do, like, what I'm doing right now.
Wow.
Where I can, like, side strafe and just keep pelting them with arrows because I had limited arrows. Even if I could just keep pelting them with arrows, well, I wouldn't be able to strafe.
Right. Max, 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 all the Max. Come on down to Ninja Max.
You could use this to get up here, or if you were still down here. I don't even have to keep doing this, I'm just, there's another way you can get up there. Anyways, I'm just going back to the save point, because, you know, they didn't lock it behind me. Actually, the original version of this chapter wouldn't have even locked that behind me, so I would have been able to do that.
Yeah, I don't get why they did that. Doesn't really make any sense at all.
You're talking about stuff people haven't seen yet. People won't be seeing.
You're the one who started talking about it.
I know. Those are landmines, those big circles. However, they have landmines in the snow.
Oh no!
Hell, I know which way to go. I'll just follow these conveniently placed footprints.
Oh, right. Yeah. Because they don't want to walk on them.
Oh, this building is a pain in the ass. Also, in this version, when I press the button to aim, I immediately lock onto the nearest guy.
Huh.
I'm just immediately... So if there was a guy in that window, I press this button and bam! It's just automatically on him.
Right.
I don't have to be like, slowly aim over here, try to aim... Yeah, that doesn't happen in this version. Follow the footprints, follow the footprints. He has a... Okay.
Boom! Ow, 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 ow. Ow, 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 ow.
Again, I could just kill those turrets over there with arrows, but since they needed charged arrows in the original, it just feels wrong to use that here now. Hey, look, a crystal skull. I sure hope there's no mines over here. Ow. Ow.
Jeez.
God damn it, Bloom. Fucking Orlando. I mean, wait.
Yeah, I was just thinking, damn it, Orlando Bloom.
Falcon Dive can be used to extend your jump. This is important for the test, ladies and gentlemans. What's in this? Why, it's the lives of the 1,000 gods. In the original, you'd be fighting against more traditional spider ninjas that would be throwing a shit ton of explosive kunai at you.
Huh.
And there'd be explosions happening all over the place, because apparently the original game was made by Michael fucking Bay.
Yeah.
I don't know why Michael was fucking a Bay, but, you know.
I'm surprised he hasn't worked on more of these games, considering all the boobs and the explosions. Well, most explosions. There are explosions, huh?
Die.
Of course, to add to it being a Michael Bay thing, it would have to basically have military porn in it. They're like, look at these tanks! Well, actually it did! But they're getting beat up by the Fiend.
Well, I mean, it's... Not like they did particularly well in the Transformers.
In the Transformers movies, yeah, it's like, look at all this military stuff. The Transformers are destroying them, but look at this military stuff.
Yeah, so it's still...
So yeah, it still works. Wow, this is Michael Bay. All we need is someone running through the area yelling, no, 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 no!
Well, who wants to be our resident, Oh, shit.
What's his name? I think it's because I haven't really seen much of that guy lately. Do it! Just do it!
But yeah, we no, not that. Began with a C.
Yeah.
Cleveland.
Yeah.
I knew it was a weird C name. Like, my brain kept wanting to say, like, Carmen or something like that. It's like, but then every time I thought of such a name, my brain would just be like, no, 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 no! do 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 do
Do. Do. Ugh. Just death.
So the door he came out of, in the original version, you'd have to go over here to find a key in a chest or whatever for that door. I'll be honest, I'm starting to become more okay with the doors just actually popping open, because it's not like, say, Devil May Cry 3, where you have to, like, go down this thing, get this trident, stick it in this one thing, fight a bunch of guys, get this thing that lets you walk on air, and then backtrack way back to this other room over here. It's like the key's just like in the room with the door.
Yeah.
So it's like,
you fuckers! You fuckers! Do.
They've been buffed in this version. In the original version, they barely did any noticeable damage.
Damn it.
Considering how scary they can be in the first game, I kind of prefer them buffed, because it doesn't feel right to be like, oh, it's those guys. You know, your reaction, you guys, that's the reaction they're supposed to invoke. Invoke?
Air Piranha! Stop fighting my balls!
Ankle biter, ball biter, something biter.
Smackety smack.
I just have a strong urge to destroy benches for some reason.
And I thought that was thing. It's everyone's thing!
I'm gonna have to bleep it out again.
Oh. Damn, keeping that Who the fuck cares?
I care. Fuck them up! The way these guys are kneeling, the multi-rapid fire bazooka missile launcher guys, the way they kneel makes me think of the enemies in the NES game that had the large bazookas. They would fire like one shot, and then you would jump over it, and then you would run up and kill them. Now loading.
Think you're all smart? You're a smart ass. Put me on the ground and shoot me with a gun? Get out of here with your dumbass combos.
So imagine that spam of missiles, but like way more frequent and way more accurate and a few more of them. Every time they fire. I'm saying this to the audience because Mark already knows this shit. Health back. Here's Crystal Skull. And the original, this dead guy had a key card on him, but since they removed all keys, he now has a Jewel of the Demon Seal, which makes no fucking sense. And you needed that key card to basically get out of this area. I shall use my Jewel of the Demon Seal to power up the Art of the Flame Phonics!
Ooh.
I'm hooked on phonics.
Hooked on phonics.
Sonic the Phonic.
Save. Heal.
It's a rematch against this dude.
Oh, hey, big guy.
In the original, there'd be a bunch of other enemies around.
My, don't you have flat fingers? Flat finger tips, rather. You'll have to try harder than that, big guy. Ow, you tried a little bit harder.
Also, in the original, this current fight wouldn't end until the last enemy was killed.
Your path is one of sound and fury, ultimately signifying nothing.
I thought I was stealthy.
None have survived the purgatory of my flames, not even those of the dragon lineage. All that remains is the memory of fire. Endlessly repeating again and again.
Swagger walk, swagger walk, swagger walk. So in the original version, that scene would only play after you killed all the enemies in this area, which included 2 normal dudes. And that cutscene started with Ryu cutting down a normal dude in half.
Huh.
And the 2 halves would be laying on the floor and twitching.
Yee.
But in this version, they took that out. So Ryu's just standing there over nothing with his sword, and then he shakes it like to get rid of the blood because it kept the same animation, but now it makes like no fucking sense.
Yeah, there's no blood.
They didn't even put a dead body for him to stand over.
Well, shit. Past me missed a lore book that was over there, so now you're going to get future me reading it off. I just so happen to have a clip of this from the original game when I was getting comparison footage, so, yeah, that's what you'll be seeing here. The rule of the King of Darkness. In the early 20th century, a ruler, popularly known as the King of Darkness, came into power. His reign began after an unlikely series of events. All other heirs to the throne perished suspiciously within the span of a few years. Throughout his rule, the King of Darkness kept at his side a strange giant with a face veiled in purple. The giant's bizarre voice filled in the king's ear, and in time the king came to worship a statue of a demonic being he called Vazda. During the King of Darkness's reign, strange creatures called Fiends descended upon the land, devouring any humans they found. The insane king sat on his throne, elated as he watched his country collapse. This horror finally ended when the King of Darkness and his giant companion were assassinated by the black-robed master. This warrior in black, a stranger from a foreign land, is renowned as a courageous hero, but his identity is a mystery, lost to the annals of history. A mere 2 weeks after the assassination of the King of Darkness, as the general marched the remaining forces to the capital and announced that he would forge a new government in the ruins of the city. Warlords still held power over small provinces scattered throughout the land, and it was several months before they could be subdued. But it was here that the general formed the first modern military superpower.
Here come those fish again.
Mother fucking fish.
Oh gosh. Stop it, you bastards.
Damn it, I'm not ready for Freddy Fish. I mean, right. Life of the gods.
Here comes some more.
Those fish enemies are just called phantoms.
Mm-hmm.
And the original, this is a cracked ball that you had to destroy with either a charged up move or a incendiary shuriken.
Yes.
So the thing with being able to move and aim is like I can kind of aim at that guy and then go behind here for cover.
Mm-hmm.
The entire enemy roster here was different.
Nice.
Do.
Whoa! What's it gonna say? Who's next? Whoa! Whoa, vanquished.
Actually, Wall would be next in the original version, as I'd have to break this hole over here.
Yeah.
Heal me! And the original, this is where the test of valor would be at. Right outside this building. Which, by the way, this building happens to be a clock tower. Can't really see it as of right now. But if I go back in here and look up there...
Oh yeah, clock tower.
Do. Okay. Oh. I wanted to join the party, but, well... Alright, well now everything's clear out, so I can jump down here and sit... Oh, what the hell? This happens in the original as well. If you get to where that shop is, and then you come back around, there'll be more enemies to fight.
Huh.
He was already dead. He was missing his head.
I guess he's double dead.
He's double dead? Aw, he's got 2 kids. How lovely that they'll never see him again. I could ninja flip up here, but why bother? They put this convenient ladder. So, now I get to do platforming on moving gears.
Oh my.
This is just like the Castlevania Ninja Gaiden crossover I always wanted.
Good grief.
Actually, I somewhat say that in jest, and in all honesty, I probably should use this weapon just because. But, what if I told you that the whole reason I even started LPing the Ninja Gaiden series was so I could actually basically pitch the idea of a Ninja Gaiden Castlevania crossover that I legit want without sounding like a crazy person? Because that's the whole reason I started LPing these games.
Huh.
And so, I'm going to use the Dragon Sword because in such a crossover, it's the one weapon Ryu is guaranteed to have.
Yeah.
Let's take a trip down to this gear.
What the hell was that?
A sneeze.
That wasn't your normal laugh. You had a little Raggy.
Part of it is my throat is sort of killing me. I am not having a repeat of the N64 Castlevanias where I got caught in the gears.
Ah.
Thankfully, it's not actually an instant death in this game.
Oh, thank goodness.
You just start getting slowly crushed, but you can jump out of it. It's not like it would kill you.
It's not like you'd be stuck or something.
Well, I mean, Ryu's been dead before. He actually technically has been. After that fight that you technically can't win in the first Ninja Gaiden /Black/Sigma, he was technically dead, but then...
He got better.
Well, yeah. I mean, spirit energy. Now, if I pitched, like, you know, the idea of a Castlevania Devil May Cry crossover, I feel like that's something that people could look at it on its face and... It sounded like someone knocking on the door.
Phone getting eaten by the chair.
Oh. But yeah, the Castlevania Devil May Cry crossover seems more whatever on its face. More plausible on its face. Izzo's Notebook. 228. I can't help it. Oh man, my throat is really out of sorts. Can't help but laugh at myself, writing in this stupid little notebook. 317. No dear diary for me. Look, I haven't even updated this thing. 320. I locked eyes for a minute with Master Genshin. It takes guts just to look at the guy. I don't know what his deal is, but there's definitely more to him than meets the eye. He gets this smile, like he's been to hell and back, and sent a postcard while he was there. I hope I'm that badass someday. 4-7. Man, this Daedalus sure is some piece of work. Blah. I mean, I know that the Black Spider Clan has its act together, but still, finding a heavy... I don't have my act together. Finding a heavy weapons factory to build this big-ass thing must have been tough. They say they used the profits from the previous master's smuggling operations. I wasn't a big fan of the guy, to be honest. Never seemed like much of a ninja to me.
Is that explaining how they got that massive ship?
Yes. It's in this. 415. I found Koshimaru's notebook. I know, I'm not supposed to read it, but I did anyways. Hey, can you blame me? At least now I know what he's really thinking. I mean, he even mentions me by name. Can you believe it? Believe it! Who is he? My third grade teacher? Well, screw you, Mr. I know everything because I got the inner eye, Koshimaru. Anyways, I guess I'd better give this back to him. No, sir, I didn't read it. Not a single page. Ah! Joke's on him. Ah, man, my voice is really... feel like I just came back from a damn con. And no, I'm not doing the con yell because I can't. Not right now. 419. It sounds like Master Genshin has some history with that big, bad dragon ninja in his family. Apparently, some guy named Morai killed Master Genshin's little brother. Morai, if you don't recall, was the guy that trained Ryu at the beginning of the first of Ninja Gaiden Sigma, and then turned out to be like the final boss.
Oh yeah.
And cut down Gazmov.
Right.
Gazmov, the guy that looked like the freaking demon salesman from the N64 Castlevania games. With the weird, like, almost Russian accent, is apparently Master Genshin's brother.
Okay.
That is exactly what this is trying to tell us. Hey, look! I'm writing in my diary! Well, what do you know? What's gotten into me, I wonder? I know! I'm gonna die soon, is that it? Ha ha! Yeah, right.
You're dead.
Wait, God damn it. Oh, fuck. Pick it up. Koshimaru's Notebook 1, March 15th. The youth of today know nothing of the true ninja way. It is truly a deplorable state of affairs. As my comrades have seen fit to bestow upon me the title Koshimaru of the Inner Eye, I avail to hold the way of the warrior and serve as a bastion for those who wish to learn the true path of the ninja. My insight tells me this. The youth of our clan have no true spirit. They believe themselves skilled because they can perform a few tricks. Such arrogance will be their downfall. Without spirit, there can be no dedication. I see no path for these young ones that leads to growth and maturation. March the 16th. I shall keep these writings in the hope that one day I may leave behind a scroll of wisdom for future generations. March the 29th. The youth are too quick to embrace the path of evil. Look at Izo, barely a man, yet he swaggers about as though he is a master of darkness.
Hold on, can I hear that again? Hold on. Barely a man, yet he swaggers around about though he is a master of darkness. Hey guys, check me out. Ah!
It is precisely because the youth do not know the true brutality that they are able to think that the path of evil is somehow fashionable. Those who appear evil do so because they truly understand the horrors that this world has to offer. On the name of our Black Spider Clan, I pray that our youth do not believe that the way of darkness is the easier path. April the 13th. In Inukuma, you are wrong, my friend. If you possessed an inner eye like I do, you too would see the truth as though it were lying in the palm of your hand. Master Genshin is human, just like the rest of us. He has a soul, and thus he experiences fear. You must understand that, to achieve mighty goals, it is sometimes necessary to sell one's soul. Clearly, this is what Master Genshin is doing, yet I dread the lurid scent emanating from the female dressed in red. I fear that even Master Genshin may be vulnerable to its spell. I don't even know what voice I was going for there. I just was like, I'm doing this now. Go. By the way, I'm pretty sure this is what the gears in Castlevania Legacy of Darkness and Castlevania 64 would have looked like if the N64 had the processing power to render individual teeth.
Yeah.
Rather than just make a circular gear with those gaps just painted on.
Yeah, painted on, basically. N64, and that time period in general, did a lot of that.
It's like, the gaps in the teeth are painted on. Yeah. There's a lot of that. do. Even games that no one's ever played. Yeah, we've got a lot of that. Oh, there would be a lot more enemies to fight me in the original. Huh. This version is much more flat. I thought I saw an enemy. Oh, okay. That's one way to avoid getting crushed by the gears. I also saw somebody once, do it like that.
Huh.
So, yeah, you can kind of use that as sort of like an air dash. And then I fucking fell.
Ugh.
You know what? At this point, I almost might as well just purposely get grinded by the gearlies so that I can at least show what happens. And then, because I've already saved, so I'll just be put at the save point beyond where they are.
Right.
This really does feel like a 3D Castlevania.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is what happens.
Oh god! Oh
and then
god.
if you mash the jump button, you can get out of it.
Oh, that's how that works. Mmm, crunchy. I like my ninja very crunchy. Damn. It's like, I'm in such pain! At least death is coming for me! Soon the pain will end! You got revived. Ah!
I forgot I had that.
Very crunchy.
So, yeah, this will just put me back at the save point with all the stuff I had when I saved. Including that thing I just used up.
Yeah.
Hi, Post-Sci here. So our microphone just randomly decided to stop recording for some reason, and I have no idea why. So you're just going to get post-commentary for this. But for now, I'm going to shut up and let the cutscene speak.
For the one who first bestowed the precious gift of fire upon you pitiful apes, was none other than I, Zedonius, ruler of flame.
That wasn't in my history book.
You are ignorant in the ways of the world as an infant in its cradle, ninja. Without my fire, the petty dreams of your species would never have taken flight. Yet your ancestors in the dragon lineage tried to extinguish that flame. Do you not think that foolish?
I don't care.
Then let the fires of hell consume the last descendant of the hated dragon lineage!
Okay, so here he is, Adonius. For some reason, he's rather vulnerable to Falcon dives, and he also likes to pick you up with his two of his arms and then pummel you with the other two. Why does he have forearms? We already had this with Wolf. Also, speaking of which, I only just thought about this just now, but, I mean, not just now, but just recently, but, Adonius' design kind of looks a lot like what I've been calling the Vampire Fiends. Looks like a more, like, evolved version of them, just like Wolf looked like a higher version of the Werewolf Fiends. The only reason I even called them Vampire Fiends is because they have, like, the big pointy fangs, and they kind of look like monster vampire type things to me. I don't know what their official name is. It just looked vampire-ish to me. I'm not sure how to explain it. Also, I could have finished him off with some sword slashes. I don't know why that fire didn't do anything to him. But considering how he dies, considering his death scene, we'll see in a minute, I wanted to finish him off with flames.
Sensation.
Righteous flames will cleanse the earth of your kind.
I'm burning. Burning!
And there goes the collateral damage of the clock tower. So, because you have me for the post-recording, I'll just be here for the... Yeah, in the original version, this was Chapter 8, and I got a Master Ninja rank, even though I died several times. Like, I'll die so many times when playing these chapters in the original version, and then I'll get a Master Ninja rank. Also, speaking of the original version, here's how this scene went in the original. Normally I just cut these in, but there wasn't really a good place. It was a little harder to try to have this one in place of the Sigma version, so I thought I'd just show it here at the end, kind of like what I did with some of the Ninja Gaiden Black scenes in comparison to Ninja Gaiden Sigma, where I would put the, with the Sigma LP, where I would put the original scene at the end. So I'm just doing that here. Anyways, yeah, there's no audio issues with the next video, so see you then. Bye.